So the New York Times has a new article out. House Democrats push Biden to build a better midterm message. House Democrats have been pressing the president to come up with a bumper sticker-worthy slogan. The White House says it's sharpening its message. So just looking at the headline here, this is infuriating. And it's infuriating because Democrats, who themselves are not only unpopular, but more unpopular than Joe Biden, are prodding Biden like, you got to do something. Okay, agreed. Biden has to do something. But so do you. So do you. They act like they're, passengers in the car, but they're also driving the car. You're not like on the sidelines here. You're in the game, and they're acting like the people in the game should really do something. You're in the game. You do something. So let's go ahead and read some of this. I'm sure this is going to make my blood boil. After offering her customary lavish praise of President Biden, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi got to the business at hand at a White House meeting last month on the midterm elections. Democrats, Ms. Pelosi told Mr. Biden and a group of his aides, need a more succinct and consistent message. The speaker, who has long been fond of pithy, made-for-bumper sticker mantras, offered a suggestion she had heard from members. Democrats deliver. Oh, sweet Jesus. My blood pressure. What Ms. Pelosi did not fully detail that February evening was that some of her party's most politically imperiled lawmakers were revolting against Mr. Biden's preferred slogan, Build Back Better, believing it had come to be a toxic phrase that only reminded voters of the party's failure to pass its sweeping social policy. And what the president and his advisors did not tell the speaker was that they had already surveyed Democrats Deliver with voters, and their response to it was at the bottom of those for the potential slogans they tested, according to people familiar with the research. So she comes up with something. It is objectively terrible, and she's still like, we should do this. That is the most Democrat thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Now, by the way, here's my idea. We need a better slogan. No, you need to actually deliver for people. It's so funny. She has to come up with the slogan, Democrats deliver, because they don't actually deliver. So they want to make up for the fact that they don't deliver by just saying, we deliver. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know what you do? If you want Democrats to win, here's one thing you could do. Pressure President Joe Biden, immediately legalize marijuana. It's a 71% issue in the country. Legalize it. Even a majority of Republicans like it. Legalize it right now. Do it through executive order. You can do it. You are the head of the executive branch. You could say, take marijuana off the Schedule 1 substances list. Just take it off the list completely. Don't even, demote it to Schedule 3, whatever. Just take it off the list. Boom. Legal marijuana. We're all good. Big 5-point bump in the polls. Dunzo. Eliminate student loan debt. All right, look, he's not me, right? I would eliminate it like that. He's not me. But what can he do? He could, $50,000 reduced from each individual person. Could do that. Could even do, $10,000. Any of those things would give him a bump in the polls. My guess is the more the elimination, the higher the bump in the polls. So if you eliminate it all, you might get a 8-point bump or whatever. But if you eliminate 10,000, you still might get a 3-point bump. For the love of God, do it. Just do it. Just do the right thing. Just do it. Just do it. Propose individual bills from Build Back Better, right? So take out the individual provisions, propose them one by one, and then have a giant public fight over it. And make it the easy ones. Make it the ones that everybody agrees to. Child tax credit. Have a standalone vote on that. See who votes against it. And then put their head on a political platter. And say, look at this son of a bitch voted against giving you an extra $300 or $400 for your kids. You believe that? This is easy. This sort of politics is an easy winner. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what they're doing because they don't actually care that much. I mean, like Bernie cares and a handful of others care, but most of them just don't care. So they don't do it. How hard would it be? Here's the universal pre-K bill. Manchin says he's in favor of it. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna vote on this specific one right here. Let the Republicans vote. Let the Republicans vote against it. Let them vote against it, and then we go after them with a mallet to the face and show the American voters who they truly are and who they really support. They don't support you, or else they would have done universal pre-K, do it free college, whatever. All these things can be done and should be done. They're not doing any of it. Instead, they're like, what slogan should we use? Let's go with Democrats are good. No new campaign message was agreed to that day, or since Mr. Biden is now absorbed by the war in Europe, facing the biggest foreign policy crisis of his presidency, he is hardly consumed with the looming midterm elections, let alone trying to devise a catchy slogan. Still, his advisors acknowledge that the crisis in Ukraine presents a chance for a reset, perhaps the president's best opportunity to restore his standing before November. Democrats are pleading with him to come up with a sharper message with inflation hitting another 40-year high and gas prices spiking because of the boycott on Russian oil. They remain angst-ridden about their prospects in the fall, in large part because the president's approval rating remains in the low 40s, and even lower in some pivotal states, even after a recent bump. Democrats who once thought the key to their political success would be beating back the pandemic and restoring the economy are deflated to find that falling coronavirus positivity rates and rising employment numbers and even foreign policy leadership have barely moved public opinion. Because you're not doing anything. Again, you're not doing anything. You let Build Back Better die, and then you're not taking the individual provisions of that and passing that. Biden's not doing executive orders. Of course your numbers are going to be low. Of course they're going to be low. Why wouldn't they be low? And again, notice, they're like, we need better messaging and PR. No, you need to actually do shit, which then allows you to do the better messaging and PR. But they can't. They don't. They're a joke. Imagine losing to this Republican Party that's out there arguing for World War III right now. This Republican Party, which couldn't shut the fuck up about Dr. Seuss and every stupid culture war issue imaginable. This Republican Party, and they're losing to him. All right, we don't need to go through the rest of this. We can cut it off here. But for the love of God, Donald Trump is still the leading figure in the Republican Party, and Biden's polling numbers are low even given that fact. There's guys running around pretending the last election was rigged when Americans want them to shut the fuck up about it. And in polls, they're still basically tied if there was another race between Trump and Biden. The issue isn't just messaging, Nancy Pelosi. The issue is you have to deliver. But of course, the elephant in the room is the reason why Democrats are not delivering. One of the main reasons is not just that they're ideologically backwards, which they are. They believe in the conventional wisdom, centrist corporatism, but also because they're really corrupt. And so they need to serve their donors before the people, and the donors don't want positive change, so we don't get positive change. Instead, you get arguing about slogans as the world burns. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.